make me mad, okay? She got attached, okay? We made a match, okay? I spent the stack, okay? Double tracks, okay? I'm in all black, okay? I drink on, okay? I got a sack, okay? I can't relax, okay? I'm paranoid, okay? I'm schizophrenic, okay? Shot when I land, okay? I'm in Japan, okay? I play with bands, okay? And had the man, okay? Exotic, okay? It's a ran, okay? Told my little monster, go slide through there, okay? No torso, fit face, nobody safe, okay? That's the realest talk. Told you I'm the best. I got special clothes, diamonds on my chest, lighting up in the dark, counting up a check. Right now, this the way we buy.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
76. 76. Go.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The open man is Westbrook. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Back deep is Carlos Henderson. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a former Seminole. This is Chris Thompson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They hand off to their big tight end. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, it's locked. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
To throw on 2nd down is locked. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thompson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Luck. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars will take over at their 20-yard line.
Value three. Value three. Maverick.
Now Goff on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. And he coughed it up. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
By 20.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Value one.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually...
By 20. 12.
On 1st down, it's gone. Looking long for Westbrook. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Horrible. Go.
Out of the gun. Gone. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs.
Five.
From the gun, here's Goff. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
We got three. Horrible. Starting left here.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, here's Goff. He'll check this one off to Fournette. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. To throw on second down is gone. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
2 for 66.
Here's Fournette. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
Now he's flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to the air. Luck on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Got his target, Samuel, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gain of 31 on third down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Here's Luck now on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing on third down, Luck. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Marcel Darius. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Goff. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On first down, Goff. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Well, they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Lambeau will put... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there for Indy. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Luck. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Five. Tiger, Tiger.
After the interception, here's Goff. Open man right side is Sharp. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be second and 12.
17.
Now Goff. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That goes for a gain of 31. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He'll get it up the middle. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it third and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They come out here in the eye.
Listen. Louis.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Another stop on third down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that doesn't...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now Leonard Fournette, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
17. Horrible. Joe, 12, Joe. Horrible set.
Now it's gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit and not go down and fumble the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Calais Campbell in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold it. Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
76, tell him. 76. 76.
A handoff to Fournette. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On first down, Love. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Again, Love. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as the Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Locke. Oh, no, he lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive. And
obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Tight dog. 36. Xerox. 76, tell him. 76.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
10 more there and another 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The pitch to Fournette. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll run with Fournette. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that's going to bump up their lead now to 15-3. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, but pushed it past the 50-yard line, so it looked like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll run with Thompson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Malik Jackson there to make the stop. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They'll try the air now with Locke. And he fires one incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. From the red zone now, Locke. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Now Thompson. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Locke.
That run didn't get very...
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Jags, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile,
money back. Money back. Money back. Money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I said, babe, he said it's a them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back. money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all think so, don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walked into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline.